Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Again, the show was educational today. Not going to lie. Learned a lot about flushing toilet paper in South America. Just can't do it. Just can't do it. I had no idea. Yeah, that's apparently the rule for a lot of places. We had heard a call from somebody from Puerto Rico at his grandparents' house up in the mountains. Could not flush TP.
Oh.
Heard about a lot of different places. I think somebody said they were in Peru. Same thing. Somebody in Mexico had an issue. They said, the plumbing, some places not even septic systems, so you can't deal with that kind of stuff. Even Canada, somebody said I went to a friend's house and they had a septic tank of sorts and you weren't supposed to flush the paper. I had no idea.
And Canada? What's all that about?
Yeah. Went to the toilet, got clogged, overflow with a river of floaters.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You might just want to leave the house and never
dang.
be hurt again.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful. So
Even if it's your family, leave.
Yeah.
Sometimes if something like that goes down, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Also found out a little bit of stuff too. It's kind of interesting was checking out the wipes, the wet wipes. And you know what some people were saying on that is that even the ones that are supposed to be like biodegradable and all that, you still can't use because they still do not break down.
Well, then there is a major flaw with the wet wipe. Here I'm thinking it's the Cadillac of wiping.
Yeah.
It's actually not, Virginia.
Yeah, somebody texted and said, I work for a utility company in Palm Beach Gardens, and even the flushable wipes are a big no-no. They do not break down as claimed and cause major issues by clogging up the internal equipment of the treatment plants.
Oh, my gosh. Bad advice from Syndicate over here. Go old school with your wiping.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Or do what that one person did that I know, wipe and then just put it in the trash can right next to the toilet, which is pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a diaper genie, you could do that.
What the hell is that?
It's something that you have if you have babies and you it's like a tube and you stick the diaper in it, but it sucks all the smell in there and it seals it off, and so you can never smell the diapers.
That sounds like a fun little thing there.
Yeah, diaper genie.
I like when things suck and like it goes up into the holes, like the bank. It sounded bad.
You like when things suck and it goes up into the hole.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like at the bank. What do they give you at your bank?
The drive-through bank. You guys don't have the one where it goes like this. You put it in there, it goes, and it sucks through. It's so fun to watch. I love that sound.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes from Tommy Boy was when Rob Lowe is in this accounting office and they have one of those tubes that you send things to other parts of the plant, and he's leaning up against it and his shirt gets stuck up in the tube. And he's looking all nervous. Also goes, rips his shirt off and shoots it up the tube, and he's sitting there shirtless.
It's so
tries
fun.
to play it off like it's not a big deal. Okay, then.
We did.
awesome.
Remember we did that at the bank. We put a frozen burrito in the thing to see if the bank teller would actually heat up the burrito. I can't remember if they heated it up for us or not. I don't think they did.
No, I don't think so. I think they're like going, look, you can't send food through the tube, you jerk off. Yeah, I don't think it went real well from my memory of that. Some people putting Johnny Depp on blast. Nicholas sent us an email, said, hey, let me start this email by saying I'm not trying to pick a fight. When you guys mentioned Johnny Depp and his blunder with his management group yesterday, there's a lawsuit going on between the two. They're saying that his spending is out of control, and he's saying, look, I can spend my money on cotton balls if I want. Can't tell me what to do with the money. For a guy who just left a relationship with his ex-wife after it came out that he was abusing her, I have to say that I've got little to no sympathy for him. Actually, I hope his former management group wins whatever lawsuit he throws at them. He played a stupid game, and it's...
But here's the thing, though. This person's convicting Johnny Depp before there's even been a thing. You read it in a tabloid or hear it in the dirt.
That's part of the problem, that I have with that. I wanted to point out is that there are the accusations that are there, but to me, something has to go through court and somebody has to be charged and they have to be found guilty. And I think that really we need to get to that point to do that. And it's so sad, what happens today in our world, because somebody just can throw something out there with the wrong information, and it is tricky. And hey, I am guilty of saying some things too, and I feel bad because sometimes we'll come out with stuff, and I'm like, man, there was more to that story, and I hate today's day and age hate to keep using it, but fake news, and there is, because the way things are edited and the way things are put out, it's put out to a point where, yeah, sometimes we're guilty, we don't get the full story. And I think that's one of those cases where it's out there now that he's a domestic abuser.
I think, too, with that case, you got to be super careful because a lot of their friends that were friends with both of them and went out with both of them a lot said that she's a liar and she was making it up and that she was only in it for a cash grab. And who's she dating now? I think Elon Musk. Cash grab.
Is that who she's dating? Yeah, okay.
I think that
Amanda, what's her name?
we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know, like, what happened in their relationship,
Yeah.
for sure. Nobody does. Yeah, there was videos of him screaming and yelling, but you don't know what she said to him right before he was screaming and
Look,
yelling.
screaming and yelling is not hitting somebody.
People-
Couples can fight and yell at one another. That happens all the time. But to label somebody as an abuser physically without the proof and without it going through the court, that's dangerous.
She said that he hit her, and she said that she had a black eye. And they interviewed all the people at the apartment building where they lived. They had to walk past a doorman. They had to walk past several people. All those people said they never saw her with a black eye. And she claimed that he had bruised and messed up her face. And all those people were like, no, we saw her every day. She never had bruises on her face.
Someone trying to tell me that it's very rare and it barely ever happens that women would lie about getting hit. And I don't know if that's true because I've known of a few people that have lied about being hit and it wasn't a real thing.
I know somebody who did it and sent her husband to jail.
And he was innocent.
And he was innocent.
And that's what I'm saying. So when that woman
That's
was
awful.
saying that,
This bitch is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
because
Insane. And she did it and she played it up and it was insane and it was all a lie.
and
It was not true.
And it sucks
Horrible
because
stuff.
I
Yeah.
have known and have cared for people that have been in that situation who are getting hit. And you've said it before. It takes away from that when people are lying.
Well, that's why it's awful when it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to rape and all those issues that it does, because you never, when somebody throws that out, you shouldn't, and it's a shame that we have to have that thought, be like, are they being honest?
Well, we really did due diligence on it. I mean, it wasn't like we just said, she didn't do it, or he didn't do it. Or no, we looked at it.
Yeah.
And
You've been
from all different angles. I sniffed all over this thing.
You've been suspect for a minute with this case.
Well, Amber Heard was accused by people that used to be her friends of fabricating stuff like this before. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think any of us know. So we can't say he did. We can't say he didn't. All we can say is, hey, it's out there.
And if you've got a reputation of getting drunk and screaming, now you're able to paint a person, and as
Right.
he drinks.
Oh, he's violent. He drinks and he hit me.
And I'm not saying that anything did or did not happen. I'm just saying that not every single case, you have to be careful when you say he's definitely guilty. He definitely did that.
Right. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see more in that case. So, yeah, to be fair to Johnny Depp, I mean, it was nothing where he was ever convicted in a court of law or did time or anything like that for domestic violence.
And she is dating Elon Musk
She is,
now.
yep, you're right.
So
Amber Heard.
there's definitely she wants money.
And again,
She wants power.
before people get upset, we don't know what happened.
We don't know.
But just the conversation that we're having with the person I was having that's saying people don't lie about that stuff. Well, that's just not true.
That's not true.
People do lie about that.
I know a girl that lied about that and sent a guy to jail. It's absolutely not true. You have to look at all different angles and all their different friends that were talking.
Yeah.
His friends, her friends, their
Yeah.
mutual friends. It just didn't look like it was a definite thing that Johnny Depp hit her.
If you are someone that has lied about that and said, "Oh, my boyfriend beat me up," and then it was proven that you ruined his reputation and that he did not beat you up, can that woman go to jail?
She should.
Yeah, to me, honestly, I think whatever the punishment is for rape or domestic abuse, if you do a false claim and it was found that you do, you suffer the exact same punishment that would have been for the domestic abuser or the rapist. To me, and that's the way you do it. There has to be an equal amount of punishment, because I think it is one of the worst things that you can do to falsely accuse somebody of either, because it undermines any true victim that is out there. And those are the most serious of cases that there should be zero tolerance for.
They
but
won't,
there should be
though.
zero. But I
All
hear
they
you.
can get her for is falsifying police reports.
And I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think that is the problem, because it has to stop, because you got to start weeding out the real cases from the fake. And it is a horrible thing. And you had this stuff. I mean, there was a guy that just went in the NFL draft. He was supposed to be like a top 10, top 15 pick. And right before the draft hit, some woman accused him of rape. And so here you are, if you're a team that had him right at the top of your draft board, you're going, oh my gosh. And
you may not even know the facts. You're just like, this is a headache. This is a publicity
I don't
nightmare.
need drama.
I don't even want to deal with it.
And if you are not signed at the top of the draft, it will cost you tens of millions of dollars. And yes, if it's true, he deserves to never play in the NFL, needs to spend his time in prison, not on a football field. But if it's not true, a false accusation could cost one of these guys tens of millions of dollars, and that's not fair.
Not only money, it ruins your reputation.
And your reputation. Yeah, you can't get it back.
Even if it's proven that you are innocent and you've done nothing wrong, the taint around all that, at least 10% of people say, no, he did it.
That's why of all these things, yeah, there has to be more punishment on people that falsely accused. And either way, it's got to be completely proven without a shadow of a doubt.
And this is not taking away from real cases.
Absolutely not. This is adding to real cases.
Yes, exactly.
This adds to real cases. Because like I say, anyone who lies about rape or domestic abuse, you have completely taken away the power of the story of anybody who's actually ever abused or raped.
It's next level fucked up.
It is. Horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. Let me see here. Another thing that's interesting, and I guess I didn't really think about tonight with Sunfest going on. Snoop Dogg is going to be playing out there along with Weezer, and just right at the end of the show, I just kind of was flippantly talking about, oh man, they're on at the same time. Do you go for Snoop Dogg? Do you go for Weezer? And boy, I know got a couple people really upset, and I wonder if there's going to be any kind of backlash at the Snoop thing. Because remember, Snoop had that video not too long ago where he did the mock execution of the president, got a lot of people upset, and somebody could not believe that I would even consider going to go see Snoop because of that video that was out there.
It was a pretty lengthy text.
I forgot about that video.
Yeah, no, the guy went way. I mean, he's very, very, very horribly upset about some stuff, and so I went back a little bit back and forth just to clarify some stuff. He was very upset that I had said a positive word about Colin Kaepernick. So he was upset about both, and I
think he called us un-American as a show. We hate America or something like that.
It went on for a while. They say. Yeah.
I don't know about you. I love America.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Kevin's actually Canadian.
What? Shit?
I am? Oh, my gosh.
He doesn't care if America burns.
Yeah.
Go Maple Leafs.
Canadian Kev.
Canadian Kev. Couldn't Kevin
I love
kind of
hockey,
be...
maple syrup.
Couldn't he totally pass for Canadian?
Kevin would do very well in Canada.
Yeah. You totally could be Canadian.
Well, I'm a complete white guy, yeah.
Yeah. You smell of Canadian.
Okay.
Are we sure?
You're not, and you'll never know.
He loves Michael J. Fox. It's all making sense.
I do love Michael
Loves
J. Fox.
Bieber.
You're right.
And Celine Dion.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette, big fan. Love Jagged Little Pill.
He loves Alanis.
I loved
Finally,
it. Thought it was great.
It.
Yeah, but the hate that is out there for that, and hey, look, I'll come out saying that, that video that he came out with, that wasn't the right play. I don't totally disagree with that.
It's never cool to shoot at the president. No one's ever going to ever say that's a good thing, guys. I mean...
In all honesty, I
kind of forgot
I forgot about that story. We do have so many stories.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, I mean, the person was upset. Yeah, so I mean, I was kind of considering. I'm like, going, yeah, that's right. He did come up with that. And the guy who was sending the awfully hateful text messages to us, I had said, just to clarify, I came out, and even as I said that story, I did not agree with, the way Kaepernick was going about his thing.
By kneeling during the national anthem.
I didn't like it. I felt there was,
like it?
you may have a good point. I'm not saying that yes or no, but I'm saying try to get it across a different way. That was always my take on that.
No matter what, you're going to say something.
Yeah.
You're going to say something to offend somebody. So
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You
I just
fucking Canadian.
I just want to get on the record to
Yeah.
say, look, you're blasting me for stuff that is, that's fine. You can have your opinion to be hateful and mad at me and all that kind of stuff and troll me, whatever, that's fine. But just get it straight that I just want to clarify that's how I felt about Kaepernick. And also the thing about Snoop, I completely put him on blast for that because I think that is wrong to do. You can disagree with any of our leaders, but to ever do anything that's a mock execution of what I get other people doing is completely wrong. And I gotta blast that.
Completely wrong.
Ralston's Canadian ass talking about all this shit. Whatever. Go play your Biba.
Yeah, but is the disagreement of what Snoop did, should that affect your decision to go see him at Sunfest? Are you then, in a sense,
Well, that's just
leading into it?
That's always the big debate when somebody, an artist or an athlete, does something that personally or morally, whatever you deem as immoral. If they fuck up, do you still support them? That's always been the debate.
Yeah, and I think it's probably okay. Where does it sit? Like there have been domestic abuse issues with some artists, like a Chris Brown. I think he's wildly talented. Wouldn't support him because of, and it's the Rihanna photos that I saw. Again, it's not even the accusations.
Because
it's the
of
photos
what
that I
he
saw.
actually did. Just remember, Snoop didn't actually shoot the president. He thought he was being clever in his music video, but I think it's on a different level than Chris.
But let me ask you this. Do you ever play Chris Brown's music? Do you, if you like a Chris Brown song and you're jamming out to it, do you download it or do you make a stance and say, I'm not supporting him because he did something bad?
I don't, because I don't listen to him because he's not like my favorite. But here's the thing: I think we pick and choose on this topic a lot. I have gone back and I have purposely queued up a Michael Jackson song. I got big on Billie Jean. That's just my jam. I love that song. And so, sometimes we pick and choose who we want to take stances on based on how strongly we feel about what they've done wrong.
And MJ fans are going to come at you with this. Jackson was never convicted of anything.
Sure.
Believe me, that's one you have to have your facts right. If not, they will eat you alive.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is really tough. And I'm sure with a lot of things I've been very hypocritical on some artists, actors, whatever, where I've watched their movies, TV shows, listened to their music, and they were unsavory characters. But because of my joy of their product, that I probably said, well, I'm going to watch it anyway, just because I love that. I'm not trying to condone what they've done, but man, I love you in that movie, or I love that song.
Let's say your favorite artist ends up doing what happened with Chris Brown, and there's domestic abuse going on. It's your favorite artist. You know that artist definitely did that crime, and it's despicable. Do you still support that artist and buy the music, or do you separate it?
I think it probably depends upon how strong your attachment is to what it is they did wrong. If you're strongly attached to a domestic abuse, it would definitely affect it. And there are artists that I've noticed, maybe it wasn't a cold turkey where I would, but I've found my enjoyment of their music, of their movies. You go back because you can't get it out of your mind. There's some stuff where you're like going, I just can't enjoy that anymore. And maybe you try, be like going, you know what they did, I can't separate the two.
I remember when it was my senior year in high school, and I was going to go see the movie Powder with a bunch of my friends in the theater. And my mom said, you are not going. You're not allowed to go to Powder, because I guess the director or whoever wrote it, they were caught being a pedophile. And my mom's like, you are not going to that thing. You're not supporting it. We got into a big fight because I wanted to go see Powder with my friends.
Yeah. And Mandy in the chat room said, I don't like Snoop for his political beliefs. I like his music. Now, if you abuse women or children or anyone really, then no, I don't like you. And I would say, probably that's where I am. I totally disagree with what Snoop did on that. I think it was wrong, and I'll give it some more thought. I really will. Will it affect if I now go see Weezer tonight instead of Snoop Dogg? I got to give it a little bit more thought, because as it came up, we didn't spend a ton of time thinking about them. Like, I just want to go on the record saying I don't condone this for anybody. It doesn't matter, who the president is or whatever. You just, to me, I don't think that's not something you do. You cross the line. I feel the same way about the American flag and our national anthem.
Nobody here ever wants to promote violence. That's the least. That's something we do not want to promote.
Everybody knows Canadians are peaceful.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That Canadian agenda.
Well, you noticed us Canadians the other night when the national anthem, the microphone wasn't working. Us Canadians
Stepped
sang
up.
the whole Star Spangled Banner.
You did.
Yeah. And I had you Americans try to sing the Canadian national anthem.
Not
and
so good.
Jaybird started singing "Oh Christmas Tree, Oh Christmas Tree."
Look, in my defense, "Oh Canada" and "Oh Christmas Tree" kind of in the same key.
How dare you?
I know, that's very disrespectful to Kevin's country. I apologize.
Yes.
You know, it's Americans. It's always about us.
So, yeah, I would say that, yes, if someone is a perpetrator and they abuse or they hurt somebody, that's probably where I draw the line. Somebody on political beliefs, somebody that I disagree with and maybe even disagree with strongly.
He did it in a video, not in real life.
Sure, but there was violence attached to it, which makes it stronger and something I'll consider. But yet, for political ideology, I don't separate, I don't boycott people based on that.
No, but if someone's being
Personal.
a real shithead and they're hitting people and hurting them, that's where you draw the line. Like, I don't think you would ever see, because I know you can't stand Mel Gibson now, Virginia. Do you watch a Mel Gibson movie? Let's say everyone's talking about it. Mel Gibson's back. It's the best movie. Do you go see it or do you rent it?
No, it's got a little taint on it. I think just Mel in general.
Yeah.
And when I see him, I think sugar tits.
Well,
I think the anti-Semitic comments.
Yeah.
I think I just can't look at Mel anymore and get past it. I'm sorry.
But you know, it's funny that we're talking about this because there's things that we say, not at that level, obviously, but there's shit we say that people don't want to. They're like, I'm done with the KVJ show.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Kevin's Canadian, fuck him.
Yeah, no, and you know, it's kind of interesting what it does it for people. I mean, the guy that was texting us was like going at you, look, I am so done with you guys, and
He's not though. He'll listen tomorrow.
Well,
and he'll get mad
who
at
knows?
Virginia's dirt like we all do.
may or may not be, and I don't want to try to get into his mind of what he's doing. And at the moment,
Trust
he's very
me.
upset.
Oh, Kevin, he'll
be back.
He's listening
Yeah.
right now, going fucking.
But what did it
I
for
knew he
him?
was
I
Canadian.
knew he was Canadian.
Yeah. What apparently did it for him was me sitting there trying to decide, okay, tonight at Sunfest, do I go to Weezer or do I go see Snoop? And he was like, that's it? And then earlier I had given Kaepernick props. I said, look, I know I put him on blast for the national anthem thing, but he was doing something nice. He was going, and those are old suits too. And I'm like, well, okay, but at least, he's trying to, I'm like, I want to give the guy a little bit of props because at least he was trying to do something nice.
And the other thing too, you forgot about the Snoop story.
I totally forgot that he shot Trump in the video.
Here's the thing: we're gonna say things on the air that are wrong, that are mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna fuck up and mess up a lot. I know I do. I know I say at least 10 things daily that have offended somebody because I'm not accurate, or B, it's just dumb.
Much like your real balls. Those are a low ball estimate. 10?
I just want to beat myself up too bad.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. When I was considering, I hadn't thought about that, and I will. I'll between now and then, and consider, be like, okay, where do I feel about how strongly do I feel?
What is the
I
queen
disagree.
like? What's her favorite out of those two? 'Cause
And
that's where you're going.
That's what's gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're
Canadian
right.
or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mexican trumps Canadian
Oh.
any day.
It's kind of weird. When we first met, she was really into like hip hop and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because I remember like we would always listen to like Power 96 and stuff like that, and so that was kind of her thing.
Well, look at you.
But
Oh yeah, Kevin making love to that music. Oh yeah.
Well,
Hip-hop
yeah,
Kev.
a little bit R&B. Yeah, oh yeah.
What,
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's what I'm getting action. I got to put R&B back on.
Who are the biggest hip hop acts that come out of Canada?
He's so mad. Like, really, guys? I'm just trying to shake this Canadian.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would say she's her favorite genre now is alternative, so she might want to
might
go
go
see Weezer.
Weez.
Well, she was with me when we saw Weezer before, and so that was the only thing, and that was the big
The queen is nostalgic,
Yeah, but
Yes.
we saw Weezer before, and that was the only thing.
but she might be like, "Oh, let's go reminisce."
And you're definitely going tonight. That's in the
That's
envelope.
the plan.
Baby.
I mean, when I got work tomorrow and all that kind of stuff, weird things can happen. So I don't know. But yeah, the plan right now. So I always tell people, nothing in my life is ever definite. But the plan is currently right now in motion. Yeah, I'm going to go to Sunfest tonight. So that's why I was trying to figure it out. So yeah, decisions. I almost might just go by the Snoop stage just to see if anybody's out there protesting. I wonder if anybody would. I wonder if you could get in anything to even protest with.
I don't know. Do people remember? I guess a lot of
No,
people do. That one guy does.
do people remember? Ask your Canadian friend Kevin. Yeah, they remember. My boy's getting blown up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they definitely.
I always like it when people attack us too. The ones that go for our actual soul. Like, Kevin, you're a fucking horrible father. You should never talk. Like, just they really rip you apart. Like, dude, I'm just.
Yeah,
just
this guy was the individual was pretty good. They were pretty good. They were coming at us pretty hard.
Guarantee you, I would bet $100 he has a vehicle for his profile pic. I'm just saying.
Think so?
I
huh?
would bet it.
Okay.
Yeah, you just see a number in front of you. You don't see a name, right?
Just got the number. Yeah, I can just tell you the area code. That's about it.
I would like to actually, if the guy could control himself and not swear and be what he was being on the text, I'd actually like to hear you and him debate. If people could, I know you'll keep your shit together.
Put him on the podcast. Let him curse.
That's true. Put him on the pod. I'd actually like to hear.
Yeah, I'll text him up to see if he wants to come on. I'll have a Denny's.
Invite him to hop in his pickup truck and come down here.
Because he said, look, here's the thing. He said he loved the show, and now he doesn't love us anymore. And my comment would be, dude, let's stop banning everybody. And let's stop. You disagree with us? We disagree with you. Let's talk about it, and let's not get so mad and see where we can go with it. Maybe we can have a slice of pizza by the end of it.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. I sent it to producer Denny's. We'll see if he can get that individual on.
He won't come on. They never do, Kev.
Probably not. Why would I waste time with you idiots?
Give me his number. I'll call him.
I'm sure you will.
No, it's gotta be in the arena here. It can't be a personal call.
Nobody yells at the Bronx.
Yeah, you're right. An insult to the Bronx is an insult to all of us.
Word.
Twitter Mike, and I tell you, if there's anybody who knows stuff about TV shows and movies, it's him. Talking about the Tom Hanks movie, The Circle, which surprisingly kind of tanked.
Yeah.
I think it was only $9 million it made at the box office.
What's his take?
He said it wasn't good. He said, and Tom Hanks wasn't in the movie even that much.
Wow.
Okay, now that is one person I'd take
Yeah.
their word on. Twitter Mike knows what's up.
Trust
Yeah.
him.
And the thing I like about Twitter Mike, he'll stand up for movies that get shitty reviews from critics. He's not blinded by bullshit critics. I love that.
Mm-hmm. And he said also How to Be a Latin Lover was good. Very funny and a good story. Like I said, I was really impressed. You know, I'm like, going, what is this movie? Because I was checking the previews on Friday. Hadn't even heard of it. And for whatever reason, I watched the trailer on it. It's got Rob Lowe in it.
Okay.
And I think it was like Salma Hayek. And I'm like, it was very funny. I'm like, it was a solid 2 minutes of funny stuff. Yeah, he was this guy, and he was the premise of the movie was he was a young Latin lover, and he hooks up with this old lady who's rich, and then for the next 20 years, he lives in the life of luxury at her mansion and all this kind of stuff until she winds up leaving him for a younger guy. Here she is, like when she wake up in the morning, he's putting like a mirror under her nose to see if she's still breathing because he's like he would love for her to die, but here she is, she hooks up with somebody else. Now he's out on the street, and he's got no skill, so he's trying to regain his game that he once had 20 years ago, and you know he doesn't have the same body and all this kind of stuff. And
Who's the Latin lover?
I don't know who he is.
Okay.
I didn't recognize
A
him.
name you didn't know.
Yeah, Hispanic
Okay.
audiences might know him, but I didn't recognize who he was.
And he's another one who had a scandal when he slept with an underage chick, and everyone's like, it's just Rob Lowe. But if that was another celebrity you did not like, do you forget about that stuff?
Yeah.
But Kevin's right. You pick and choose who you want to hold to the fire. I mean,
Oh, and he's so good looking.
that's just it. It depends on what is
Damn it, Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe's cool because he makes you laugh and he's good looking. But if that was somebody else, do you forgive him? I don't know if you do.
Mm-hmm.
Making us think.
Yeah. So it was maybe check that out. Check out the trailer. See if it's something that amuses you. But that would be a Twitter Mike recommendation to go see that movie.
Is it still in the theater? I would totally go
Yeah,
see that.
it just came out on Friday, so it'll be in
Okay.
for a while. I'll probably wait until it comes out, but when I see it, as soon as it comes up, I'm going to check it out. Twitter Mike says it was good, and it was a solid 2 minutes of funny on that trailer.
He's
So.
got credibility, old Twitter Mike.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely. Let me see here. This is interesting. We were talking about your phone scam issue, Jaybird, with your brother
Yes.
not long ago. Somebody said, Jaybird, listen to what happened to me. Somebody hacked my phone and used my number in a text app. They transferred my phone number out, and I had to fight to get it back or get a new number.
Ugh.
And they shut my phone completely down, so I couldn't get any contacts or into my phone at all.
Wow, man. Yeah, this scam stuff's next level, and that's all they do. They're sitting around figuring out ways to screw people over. That's all they're doing.
It's insane.
And people will. People that are just, I'm the easiest person to scam. You tell me something's wrong with my family, I'm going to believe you.
Right.
Yeah, Crazy stuff. That's some Rochelle. Somebody said, hey, guys, first of all, thanks for reading my email. It was awesome. It's from Richard Frank. So when you guys were talking about Don Conley, Kevin's bud from back in Logan, Ohio, and the email mentioned Conley having a mullet and wearing a sleeveless shirt, I thought of this. That is the photo, if you're not watching KVJ TV, of Stifler when he was on Old School.
Old School.
Yes! That was awesome!
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't think his mullet was that amazing and that pronounced, but yeah, I believe he had one back in the day. And we all did. I was guilty of it too, though.
Gotta tell you, Conley moves the needles with the people.
People love it.
I think Conley equals ratings, brother.
I don't know. It's fascinating. People were just fascinated with the stories.
We have to start doing Conley bits.
The man, the myth,
one of these
the
days,
legend.
one of these days, I think we need to get to Logan, and I need to track him down, and we just need to sit down and try to talk to Don and have a heart-to-heart. And just,
I gotta meet Don.
Yeah.
I gotta meet him.
Just hopefully have a respectful discussion that doesn't result in him
Don't piss him
kicking
off.
us all to death.
Hopefully no one plays the audio from yesterday of me taunting.
Please do not.
Don, if you're listening, that was a joke, baby. Come on. I'm just kidding.
Don't call him baby.
You're right. What does that mean?
Samantha sent in an email. She is from kind of my area. I'd met her out in an event one time. She's from a town. It's spelled Gallipolis, Ohio. I don't know how you would pronounce that, Jay Bird. When I was there, and I think there was two different ways. It was either Gallipolis or Gallipolis, and I think we say Gallipolis.
Okay.
From where they're our big rival at Logan High School.
Oh.
Yeah, and so we would spend time there. But
Their mullets were stronger than theirs at Kevin's high school.
yeah, that was kind of the big battle. And she said, I visited my hometown in March, and I took my 11-year-old and 18-year-old, and wow, let me just say, it was a shock. First of all, kids notice that people are on their phone a lot less in small-town America, walking through the stores. There is a large volume of overweight people, though, like a whole lot.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just the style of food. It is colder, so you can wear, more clothes, I think is part of it.
It's the culture.
Yeah.
It's the way you were brought up. Because my grandma's going through this. She grew up and lived her whole life in New York, and now she's in Bowling Green, Kentucky with my dad at a senior living center, and she's like, everybody's so fat.
Yeah.
I'm like, Grandma, you can't say that out loud, but yes, they are.
Yeah,
they
the
eat
food,
like
the
Kentucky.
style. Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah, a lot of kind of like fried stuff. She said when we went, my cousin had made us sloppy joes from scratch. And we're kind of like, but, we ate it. And then when she was done, she took the grease and poured it into a jar. They save it.
Oh, yeah.
My parents used to do that when I was a kid.
Save it?
Yeah. You'd save your grease. Yeah,
Yep.
you pour it back into a jar.
My mom did that oddly. We always had grease jars around. Like, Mom, what do we do? We need it for cooking.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
She said the closest mall 2 hours away and in another state. The closest Starbucks 2 hours away.
Wow.
No Dunkin' Donuts. The main place to eat was Bob Evans. He's from around that area, and that was a fancy place.
But speaking of Mr. Evans, he does unbelievable mac and cheese. They're very good.
A lot of farm food, a lot of grease, a lot of biscuits and gravy, that kind of stuff.
Back
Not real
then,
healthy.
like back in the 50s, that was considered, you're eating a good meal right there. It's good for the bones.
She said Kevin's not kidding about the fighting. Every town has these type of guys up there. Ours is a guy named Jerry. He murdered the dad of his best friend at a Pizza Hut one Friday night.
Oh, my gosh.
Jerry went to prison, got out. He's now the main drug kingpin in Gallipolis.
Oh, I thought they were going to say he's now the manager of that Pizza Hut.
No.
Full circle.
He will beat your ass. And crazy. No one will ever turn him in because they just won't. It's just small town rules.
That's crazy.
Small town rules.
Yeah, that's kind of just how it goes. She said, I've seen John Deere themed weddings there, which people do. I remember for my senior prom, a lot of it, the country boys, they wore cowboy boots, jeans, and then a tuxedo top, and then a cowboy hat. And the best was I saw two dudes rolling in a pickup truck, and I see two guys in the front. I'm like, well, that's very progressive of them. And then as they came rolling in, I saw they had their women on the back sitting on bales of hay, and their hair looked like rat's nests. They made them ride the back of the fucking pickup truck on the way to prom.
Terrible.
The two dudes sat up front. I'm like, I was like going, this town, man, what the hell?
Hell no.
Yes. Yeah, she said, lastly, we visited my cousin. She's basically a shut-in in this apartment building. The building is converted to apartments, but was originally the first hospital in town. And her apartment was the old morgue. So where
she lived in there?
Yes.
In the old, okay, I could not sleep at night.
My cousin lives in the converted morgue section of the old hospital.
That is creepy.
Only in small town America, yeah. So when you tell these stories, yeah, they may seem unreal, but welcome to small town America.
Wow.
It's crazy stuff. Let me see here. Cesar would like to see a hashtag birded shirt. I believe that came out of Jaybird's dealing with trolls yesterday on Facebook. He would say a comment and they'd be like going, bam, birded.
I hit him with a quick little quip and then hashtag birded.
Yeah.
And it annoys him so much. Even when it's not even a good zing, it'll be a shitty zing and then I'll act like it's awesome. You just got birded.
You got birded.
That's amazing.
Bam. There you go. Okay, let me see here. Other stuff we got today. A couple good questions. Probably going to get to tomorrow. One thing I did want to say, though, it's just kind of fun. You know how they do that time hop stuff?
Yes, like on Facebook, it'll say 4 years ago.
Does it only do time hop of your ex-girlfriend? Is that all it does? Because every time hop is my fucking ex-girl. What?
These time hops, yeah, sometimes I see them and, it's like, for me, it's great because I see like an old picture of Cannon when he was real young. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. But yeah, there's no
hate
control
time hop.
on it.
I hate it.
Because you get like an ex-girlfriend. I had a buddy of mine, he does radio in Norfolk. He's like, going, Kev, check out my time hop. It was him and Jared from Subway. And it came up like on his page. He's like, like, here he is with Jared, and it's like they're smiling. They look like best friends, like they're out on the town, just like they hang out all the time.
Trolling the elementary school.
Every Friday, it's the weekend, you're in a good mood. All of a sudden, time hop comes up. You're like, damn, there's my ex-girlfriend. Then all of a sudden, now you're in memory lane.
Yeah.
You're questioning shit.
This was a cool time hop that came up. Nicole sent this to us. She said, 4 years ago today, you asked me to marry you, and it was one of the most special, exciting, and important days of my life. I love you so much. Remember, we got the plane to fly. Nicole, will you spend forever with me? And they were in Phillips Point building downtown West Palm, and he proposed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that kid.
Yeah, it's been 4 years. That's from Doug. Yeah, they got married. They actually wound up having to move to New York for a while, but they're back down in South Florida again, and so yeah, they're still together. And,
I love that kid. He wanted to get into radio. I wonder if he ever gave it a shot.
Didn't sound like it from where he said they were today. But.
He looks happy, so I guess he didn't.
Oh, radio's awesome.
I'm just kidding.
It is fun.
I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. And here's from Kat, little Jaybird thought for the day. I just had the best quote for Jaybird. Anywho, the quote is, the biggest communication problem is we don't listen to understand. We listen to reply.
Could you I was not listening. Could you please read that again? I'm just
Imagine if I did this when he was doing his stuff.
I'm joking. Come on, a little levity here in the after the show.
Yeah, there you go. Want it or not.
Thank you, Squirt.
You're welcome.
And just to let you know, that guy we were talking to earlier, Denny's tried to get him on, won't answer, and won't respond to text. So there you go. Anyway, we tried.
He's listening right now going, oh, yeah, well, you guys suck anyway.
Some people, they don't want to back it up. They just want to be a texting asshole, and then when you're like, all right, well, let's talk.
Well,
let's talk it through.
I actually think he's got a point. He has an argument. I think he's got an argument where he could debate. I just don't understand why you got to say, I'm done with the KVJ show. Never again, motherfuckers. Go back to Canada, Ken. Why does it got to be that way?
There's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to say that you're not going to like. It's just the way it goes.
Look, it's just like baseball. Sometimes you got bad games, too, baby.
Just the way it goes, yeah. But I would say, I'll definitely give it some thought. I will give it some thought and figure out, okay, is the disapproval I have of Snoop's video enough to say, I just can't do it.
I'm going to have to watch you on social media and see where you end up tonight.
Yeah, I got to think it through. And then do you also make the stand, say, okay, I got to boycott the music and everything? Is it all the way through and through?
I would actually like to hear what the people have to say about that. Let's say your favorite artist of all time does something, just so unspeakable. Do you still support that artist?
Yeah.
Because you like their music.
And I think it really comes down to what it is and where you are set. on how wrong it is. To me, I don't think you can argue making a mock video where it looks like you're assassinating the president. I don't even know how you defend that. I think it's
pretty bad.
I think it's indefensible act. And, so whereas people who disapprove of that, where do we set our gauge on that?
Is there like a sentence period where you ban them for 10 years and then they've done their
their time?
Yeah, you're allowed to listen to them in 15 years. And that goes for not only, musicians. I'm talking athletes. I'm talking anyone that's in the spotlight. Do you support them if what you deem unspeakable?
It's a great question. It's an interesting debate. And like I said, it will probably be a case-by-case issue, depending upon, honestly, how much you love that person. Because if you don't really care, you're like going, screw it.
What if I was to find out something happened, like a Bill Cosby thing, but it was Billy Joel?
Yeah.
I mean, you find out this guy you loved was a monster.
He's drugging chicks and humping them. And
you don't listen to, we didn't start the fire the same way. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it does definitely affect you. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I was a big fan of Kiss, and just Gene Simmons being
gross.
No, just a douche nozzle for years. It just, every time he'd make a statement, and it would chip away at my love. And, he didn't do anything that was completely out of line, but it's just one douchey comment after another.
I've heard people talk shit about him and not support him because he's a womanizer. So it's going to be whatever is your hot button.
Yeah, he's a sleaze bucket, I think is what it is, just in general terms, and he's disgusting.
You interviewed him, he's like, so when did I sleep with your wife? He said I'm paraphrasing his douchiness.
We've seen your sex video. It's gross. You are repugnant.
That poor woman.
That poor girl. What she had to go through.
You're right. Awful.
There's no way she liked it.
Blech.
All right. Love you all. Thank you very much for all the emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. Got a big stack I couldn't get to today, so I'll just loop them in for tomorrow.
Was it a kielbasa size stack?
It's decent size. We'll get to it, though.
If you're going out to Sunfest tonight, keep in mind, is Bud's not going to be, I think they're going to be out there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Disregard with what I just said. I'm wrong again.
Okay.
But try the bird sauce at a regular location. There's 7 of them.
All right.
But this weekend, if you're going to Bud's,
thank you.
They're going to be handing out samples and coupons. Grab yourself one.
Okay.
It just means awesome free chicken or discount. So that's a great deal.
Bud's very generous with their food.
They are, and
Absolutely.
the samples are awesome.
All right, y'all have an amazing day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.